Good morning. It is Friday, March 1st. You know what I say? Like Michael Scott. It's Brittany, bitch, and I'm back. Cha-ching. And thank you for all the kind words, the kind messages about missing me. I was gone for 2 freaking days. I appreciate it. I mean, you know, it's nice when people say, hey, you've become a part of my day. That's a big thing. And you know, it really did make me feel treasured. But yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Everyone must have listened to the last episode on Tuesday at least 3 times where it was Pelosi Pumps Pan W. It turned out to be the top episode of all time. So either I've got a bunch of new listeners who may start listening now, or everybody was just listening to that one over and over and over again because you missed my voice. I have no idea. But, you know, thank you. Again, the messages were very kind. Mom had a good birthday. Well, her birthday is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow, March 2nd. We were down at the shore. I'm not posting any pictures, blah, 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 whatever. But I do have a live trading session hopefully next week. So if you are a paid member of the newsletter over here at dailystockpick.substack.com, it is free during the week. And do not get FOMO. The paid is really for people who may be beginners, who may be looking to up their trading, who may be looking for a little bit more. That's kind of what the paid one is. But don't get FOMO. I do give a free 7-day trial. So if you wanted to join it, you can get free 7 days. It is the weekend newsletter. During the week, I give you everything for free. There is nothing that I charge for during the week. All my stock picks are out there. If I make moves in my portfolio, it's out there. The weekend newsletter is just more about the psychology, why I did this, and a little more in depth. It's been getting a lot of really good reviews. I really like it. I am going to up the price. But the other thing that people were asking for is live trading. I'm leaning towards a Zoom style meeting. What I will do this weekend is pick out which platform I want to use, and then I will send out a paid newsletter. As a free subscriber, you won't see a thing. I will send it only to paid subscribers. So if you're a paid subscriber, you'll get an education newsletter this weekend, and you might get another invitation. I will give you plenty of heads up time, probably send out something either today or tomorrow for the next day. It will include a link. It will include a time we can get on there. I want it to be interactive. I just need to probably buy a solution. It needs to be paid. I mean, the free stuff, we can do Google Meet. We can do, Zoom on free, but it's only an hour. I'd like to not be cheap on this one since you're paying for it. So I'll get some type of platform and we'll get trading. But I'm leaning towards Zoom or Teams or something that I'm going to pay for. I don't know. But you will get an email. You'll get plenty of time to join us. Let's look at the Qs. By the way, if you want to join, you know what? Let me bring this up because, I am going to hype this. So for all you haters who hate when I bring up hype stuff or sales stuff, ignore this. Eli wrote to me. He has TrendSpider, Alpha Picks, Webull, and E-Trade, and my paid newsletter. He's 3 months in now. Spent most of his time reading and watching my videos on education, conversing with TrendSpider people, getting to see what I can get from that tool, and using Alpha Picks to see trends and learn. I spend a lot of time with Strategy Tester and Scanner. Those are 2 TrendSpider tools, changing the columns to see what works. There's some redundancy on TrendSpider, but I finally figured it out. I've been paper trading using the bots. If you didn't know, you can use bots in TrendSpider. You can basically set up a strategy and it will trade for you. He wanted to understand how that works. I finally took the plunge and used the bots as my alert to give me an entry into AMD and DraftKings. I was shocked how well it worked. I'm up 10% on AMD, 4.9% on DraftKings. I will continue to watch and run the bots. What can I say? It was a lot of work, but it gets easier as those tools really do work if you put your mind to it. He loves TrendSpider and their support. And again, I say this, they have the best support team out there. If you're new to trading, if you're new to technical, do not be afraid to use the contact me button in the bottom right to contact them. They are even helping Eli with a new divergence scanner he asked about. I thought this is the quote that got me. I thought I was good at trading. But until I got these tools, I didn't realize how much of a novice I was. For all the new subscribers who are worried it will be hard, it is. But it's worth the effort. I see a bright trading future ahead and look forward to learning more. This is TrendSpider. This is TrendSpider. It has my 4-hour algorithm. I think I give you the start that you need to actually start charting when you look at these things, when you learn these things. Between this and the paid newsletter, I think you can level up your technical trading. If you want fundamental trading, that's Seeking Alpha. All of it is over here at Linktree. There's the top 4 links are the ones that I really use. There's TrendSpider. If you click on there, you can get TrendSpider for under $900. It's $74 per month for a year. That is nothing if you're trading with enough money to actually because remember, it's not just about making money. It's about making sure, since we're at all-time highs, when do I get out? And TrendSpider with the charts allows you to look at those deals. So again, at $892, if you're trading with a large enough account, that means nothing. You'll make that back in no time, not necessarily on the upside, but it will help you on the downside as well. The normal price, this is 50% off. The normal price is $14.88 for a year. So, that's the first thing. The second link is Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha, you get it for $189. This gives you access to the quant tool, access to review all the articles. I will show you all the things. This is the tool that I actually use the most for fundamentals. What has happened is for $189, I am able to save my time. Most of this stuff, it does give you additional things like screeners, tracking portfolio, top stock picks, get educated with webinars, breaking news, expert analysis, everything that you need in one place. The free tools that are out there, you're just kind of spinning your wheels and going and looking and hunting and gathering. This is just, it's like hunting safari. If you put like safari animals in a cage and you're trying to hunt them, you're all in one place. So of course you're going to beat them if you got a gun. That's just the way that it works. And then the other one is Alpha Picks. And it's this link that says Alpha Picks want to beat the S&P. Click here for more information. Look, since July 1st, 2022, they're up. I think it's even more than that. We'll look at another Alpha Pick because it's the first of the month. This is for the buy and hold people. These are the people who may listen to the podcast and kind of just want to, I don't want to trade. I just want a couple of stocks a month that maybe I could buy into. Well, here it is. And it's 2 data-driven stocks. You get the actual analysis. If it were me and I were like, hey, I'm not sure I want to spend $449 for Alpha Picks, this does give you a deep dive into each of their picks, and it gives you their current portfolio. At some time over the next couple of weeks, what I'll do is I'll take the Alpha Picks and I'll kind of build a portfolio the way that I want to do. Maybe I'll take a couple $1,000 out of Webull, clear my account, and we'll do an Alpha Picks standard portfolio. So, but Alpha Picks, they do 2 picks per month. You get over 20 stocks on day one. Access to over 20 stocks on day one. The stock picks cover multiple sectors. The performance to date has significantly outperformed the S&P. If it were me, I would do this. I wouldn't get Alpha Picks. I would get Seeking Alpha, and I would try and build my own portfolio. Again, I'm probably a little more advanced than some folks, but I think Seeking Alpha, you get the quant ratings, you get everything. The only thing that you don't get is the Alpha Picks analysis and the Alpha Picks portfolio. Seeking Alpha, though, at $189, I think you get far more information than Alpha Picks alone. So if it were me, I would probably pick Alpha Picks over Seeking Alpha over Alpha Picks. But if you want both, for less than $600, and you're getting this kind of performance with the ability to look at all other stocks as well, that's great. Again, this is the fundamental package. This is the technical package. It covers everything. So here on Linktree, you've got everything. The other thing that I would get is my paid newsletter. Just because you're listening to me, just because I have a system, you can learn from that. So let's look at the Qs. We're kind of in this, positive momentum. The trend hasn't been broken. Take a look at this. Just since October, the October low, if you got into the Qs at 353, you're looking like we're really good. Look at that. This trend is really, really solid. And if we are to be at the bottom of this trend, we've got more to go. And that's what you're seeing. The MACD isn't extended. The RSI is a little bit overbought at 62. Nothing crazy, but I do like this. I really, really do like this this setup. Am I buying more Qs? I've got friends who are buying more Qs. I'm adding stuff in. I'm going to be doing some buying, and I'll let you know on a Savvy Trader when I buy. My portfolio is one of the top ones. I've got two portfolios. I've got a core portfolio and I've got a trading portfolio. The core portfolio, if you want to see it, it's free. It's free to follow. It's 34 positions. These are top names. If we look at them, SMCI is leading the boat since I added it in, 184%. Uber, since I added it in, 88%. Let's just compare. This is an equal weighted. This is the point. It's an equal weighted. So I buy 100 shares when I put a stock in the portfolio. I sell 100 shares when I take it out of the portfolio. It's as simple as that. It's nothing more. This isn't a weighted portfolio. These are just 34 names with good products, good management, good earnings. Well, some of them don't have great earnings, but they're just solid companies that you technically will not get killed on. I say that knowing that Roblox over time, we're down 3%. Coca-Cola, we're down 3%. Tesla, we're down 26%. Boeing, we're down 4%. Pepsi, we're down 11%. So there are some losers in here, but this is equal weighted. If it were me, I wouldn't do equal weighted, but these are great names to look at. Look at the Qs. I mean, over year to date, let's just look at year to date. Year to date, this equal weighted portfolio is up 17%. Okay, the Qs are up 7%. If we go and we look at the trading portfolio, that's even doing better because that's a smaller. It's not equal weighted. It is significantly weighted towards AMD, SMCI, Uber. I mean, it's weighted, and if you compare it year to date to the Qs. Look at this one. Year to date, we're up 46% in this portfolio. Now, I've got losers. I've got DocU. I've got PayPal. I've got Marrow, which got killed. And we'll go over that in a little bit. IONQ, I'm down. Pinterest, I'm down. But these gains are significantly outpacing the losses. BLDR, I bought it a week ago. I'm up 6%. This isn't one that's going to make you 100%, but BLDR is probably going in the core portfolio, just getting it out there. This is a solid company. It's not overpriced, great growth, good management, and a good history. So BLDR, it's a great, again, if you want to track my trades, go over here to the link tree, and it's down here, Savvy Trader. Follow my trades. It's way down there. So take a look at that. I mean, again, if you want my stuff. And I like I said, with the Qs, I think we're fine here. Let's look at some news. Elon Musk is suing AI firm OpenAI. If you didn't know, Elon Musk gave them their first $40 million, $400 million, something in that neighborhood, to start OpenAI. He then signed over his shares because he said, hey, you're in good hands. He doesn't like Sam Altman now, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of drama. This means nothing. I mean, it's nothing more than a headline. People are picking this up because it's nothing. It's Elon Musk. It's nothing more than a headline right now. Could turn into something big, but right now this is nothing more than a headline. What are the biggest movers today? Biggest stock gainers, Dell. Driven by robust demand for artificial intelligence servers, Dell remains a bullish, anticipated return to fiscal growth in 2025 and beyond, propelled by several favorable trends. Dell, it is playing out in the AI space. Fubo TV, stock surged 11%. Due later today. Analysts expect the company, let's see, what's their stock doing now? Is the market open? Yeah, the market's open. It's up 3%. Good. I mean, Fubo TV, good for them. I know that they're suing the merger of Warner Brothers and ESPN for that sports thing. Autodesk increased by 8% with their earnings. NetApp surged 17%. Announcement. What's the biggest loser? New York Bancorp. This is one that I'd stay out of. Material weakness in its internal accounting protocols. That is rumored for, hey, this bank may get taken over. SoundHound, we'll go over this one in a little bit. It dropped 18% after earnings. If you read my newsletter yesterday, what did I say about Sound? I said, do not play this earnings where you just buy it. Do not hold this through it. I would trade it. My last education letter includes confirmation, trend lines, and a guide on how to trade on a 5-minute chart. Sound, in my mind, is similar to SMCI. So if you wanted to trade the stock, go and read that newsletter. That's it. I was scared of this one. It's not one that I would have held. If you are in this, you can trade your way, but do not dollar cost your way average. Trade it on a 5-minute chart. This one is a big problem. Here it is. SoundHound, too much hype, headed into Q4 earnings, rating downgrade. This was heading into earnings. It's just too much hype. This is from Seeking Alpha. You want to be careful with something like this. They're not making money. This is a company that NVDA took an investment in. That got a ton of headlines, but they still have a ton to prove. And this is a great article. Whenever someone asks me, well, I'm in SOUN, should I get into SOUN? I said, name their biggest customer. Because if you're looking for an investment, that's the kind of crap you should know about a company. You shouldn't know, hey, they're just into AI. You should know who's their biggest customer. What's their biggest source of revenue? What's their future look like? This one, it's just hype right now. And it's a little bit hyped up. Wait for it to come down. I mean, this could be a life-changing stock. It could be one of those 10-baggers that Shea Boular always talks about. Right now, it's down 17%. It was just too much hype. Top name to own Zscaler SIDS. We're going to go over some of the stuff. Let's go over SMCI right now because we talked about SoundHound being similar to SMCI. I'm seeing SMCI capitulate. And what does capitulate mean? Well, we had this gap down. We had this gap up, I should say, when I think this was NVIDIA earnings that caused this gap up. You're seeing it, and I always say the 3-day rule because it started to cover this gap. Well, where's it at now? It's got confirmation at $898. Remember, $1,000 is your blow off here, and twice it's gotten to $1,000 there, and it's just died. So that is your top right now. Old resistance turns into new support. So if we break that, then that's your new support. This capitulation is good for the stock. Yes, we all should have bought it at $629. Yes, I wanted it at $600. I think it did get to $600 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, $692. Here on February 20th, it got to $692. I should have bought it then. Should have seen it. It got to 700, hasn't been to the 600 since. But 700 is your handle that you want this one in. At 898, it's up 3.55%. We may have missed it, but I'll buy it into a confirmation. This is a company, yes, they will dilute you. Look at the MACD coming down. We are still in this one from 318. I sold out of my IRA. I still hold a significant amount of money in this in my brokerage account. Simple as that. I will get into back in my IRA so that I can protect myself against these downsides. I got out, I think at $850 is where I got out. So $897, I don't mind buying back in at $1,000. If it crosses that $1,000 and it sustains some type of rally, that's where I'm holding it. So again, old resistance becomes new support. This $1,000 was clearly a resistance. People are selling at $1,000. Twice it's happened where it just crashes down after $1,000. Pan W. This is one, Nancy Pelosi. I mean, God, Nancy Pelosi, like 500% gain over, in her NVIDIA calls. She bought a bunch of calls out to January of next year at $200. And the stock pumped. This is an overreaction. So what I want you to do in this stock right now, it is, let's see, it's down 2%. I want you to buy it under 300. Under 300. You got this one at 312. Right here is the algorithm. This is the TrendSpider algorithm. And if you don't have TrendSpider, I don't know what you're doing. Because this one, while it doesn't beat buy and hold on Pan W, I would tell you in a cybersecurity stock, you want to buy and hold it. But in Pan W, even if you didn't want to buy and hold it, you know what? The algorithm is good enough for over 24 months. You trade once a month, 26 positions. Your wins, 46% of the time. Your average win is 8.8%. So when it tells you to get in here at 312 and you're over the confirmation line of the 9-day EMA and you're 200 days moving positive, the only thing that I see in this chart is that 50 days moving negative. It will continue to move negative as this capitulates. Your MACD well below, has to come back up. Your RSI going down. So I want you to buy this under 300. I think under 300, you buy it, you hold it. Simple as that. I mean, simple as that. This is Zscaler. And when we talked about Zscaler, I said Zscaler will absolutely be the what will drive CrowdStrike next week. And you can see other cybersecurity stocks, including Palo Alto Networks, Fortinet, and Checkpoint, were slightly higher in pre-market trading. Second quarter strength. Zscaler, this is an overreaction. Delivered its full year to second quarter 2024 results that featured impressive top and bottom line beats yet again as the company drives forward with momentum in the zero trust space while maintaining impressive margin discipline, Dan Ives wrote in a note. Overall, we continue to believe Zscaler is a top name in the space to own as this cloud cybersecurity shift accelerates over the next year, as this was an impressive quarter, Ives continued. Ives maintained his outperform rating and increased his price target to 260 from 250 following the results. So you can read more about this. Zscaler, in my mind, is this is what should happen with CrowdStrike. Now, I will go over in CrowdStrike in the next article, but let's take a look at the chart of Zscaler. You're seeing it right here at 216. It crashed. It crashed right after earnings. It is down, it is down 10%. I don't think that you see this one, move significantly lower from this. It's using that 200-day as a support. The quant has it as a hold. Valuation, all of these are A's. The quant has it as a hold. If we look at Wall Street and we look at there are 24 analysts, 6 have it as a buy, 11 as a hold. 24 have it as a strong buy. So it's a strong buy on Wall Street. It's a buy. Here's the thing. At 252, your average price target is 253. Sorry, our average price target is 253. Your low is 183. So again, that's all the Wall Street analysts. Look at how it hugs this price target and how it's below the price target right now. You will see some new price targets come out. Just with Zscaler over the next couple of days, you'll probably see price targets come out. I don't see any on FinViz right now, but I do think that this was a good quarter. I think you get back to 250 and buying here at 215. I don't think it's a bad thing. Again, look at the volume shelf here. If we pull this one back, I'm going to get rid of this. Remove all annotations. We're just going to get rid of and clear that out. But here, if we pull this back, I can't pull it back. It's not letting me go back. There we go. If we pull this back, where are a lot of people holding? They're holding up here at 237. There's a lot of people holding down here at 215. You have some support level right there. Your next support level is going to be 200, but that would put you below the 200 day. I think between 206 and 215 is where you want to buy it. And you're at 215 right now. This isn't, that quarter wasn't something to be ashamed of. Zscaler, I think in my mind, I think you're fine. I think you'll see some price targets come out. I think this was overvalued here, but I do think that Zscaler, I think you're trading at 215 right now. I think you're fine. CrowdStrike, let's talk about this because CrowdStrike is a different story. CrowdStrike has a little bit of a bigger moat to fill. And the reason is because it's surged over 200%, far beyond acceptable levels. This is what this analyst thinks. I tend to agree on this. Crowd is a difficult one. Crowd is at 310. It is down, it's not down 10%, but it's down 4%, kind of in kind. Doesn't mean you just had a cross up here at 324 while I was on vacation, but 324 was the buy. You're at 309. I think if you get this under 200, I think you're okay, but I would not start a position if it goes under 300 before earnings. I would wait for earnings. And the reason I would wait for earnings is if they do blow it away and all of a sudden you're back to $320, $330 because it dipped under 200, I think that just puts you in the mindset that, hey, for long term, it's worth it. CrowdStrike is a difficult one to value right now because they're not making money. This is a company that its PE is just absolutely outrageous. It's 109. The forward PE is 109. So they have to blow it out of the water. So I want you to wait for earnings because the valuation is what's killing it. Now, Wall Street has it as a strong buy. If we go and look at the price target, average price target is 320. You got a 3% upside. I mean, if the average price target is 320 and you see it going up like this, you want to buy it down below that price target. So under 300, I think you take a position, but I do think that you wait until the earnings come out. Palo Alto Networks dipped on earnings. Zscaler dipped on earnings. Fortinet went up on earnings, but came back down. So cybersecurity, you just haven't seen a ton of, oh my God, we've got to get out there. Sentinel, which, my apologies. I think it was Ryan or somebody asked me about Sentinel-1. Yeah, I couldn't find the damn signal, the symbol. But this one is the top rated one. And if we go and we look at the Wall Street analyst, it's a buy. The quant has it as a strong buy. This one, their price target is $28. And that's a 5% upside from where you're trading now. Look at this one as the stock, the share price, the target price has come back up. And it's actually, you're trading at $27 right now. So take a look at the cybersecurity, understand the cybersecurity area, and just make your pick. I mean, my picks right now, I own Palo Alto. I bought Fortinet. I sold Fortinet. I did not buy more CrowdStrike. I am out of CrowdStrike at about $246, $250. Been waiting to get back in. I think I'll have another chance to get back in, maybe not lower. I may have to buy it higher, but I don't mind buying it higher. That was a tax decision that I sold it. OKTA, this one's soaring. Revising rating to buy on surprising free cash flow. If you want to read about OKTA, this is an alpha pick. This is in the alpha picks portfolio. Strong earnings. If you have alpha picks and you want to read about OKTA, you can go over here to alpha picks and read more about OKTA rallies 24%. You can read why they still hold it. I mean, this is what you get with alpha picks. It is solid fundamental analysis, and it's a portfolio. But OKTA rallied. It was one. I'm still a little bit nervous about OKTA, but if you want to read about it and you believe in it, I think it's a good one. Let's talk about Marathon. Mara is going to dilute shareholders. That's why it's down. I mean, it is down significantly. Mara is going to dilute shareholders, and they said, hey, we're probably going to do it again. That's why you're getting killed. I mean, this valuation is crazy. With their earnings, they are down, let's see, they're down 0.58. They're 25. I think you could buy this under 30 again. It's clear. $30 is the sell. $30 is the sell. The reaction to earnings, overreaction. I think you buy at 25, you ride it until Bitcoin gets up. Here's the justification to get the TrendSpider for the 4-hour algorithm. The 4-hour algorithm over 24 months makes you 166% in Mara. This is Marathon Digital Holdings. This is crypto. Okay, there's 29 positions, so you trade about 1.2% per month, 1.2 trades per month. Okay, you win 31% of the time, so you don't win all the time. But you know what? Your average win is 52%. This is what a hype looks like on the 4-hour algorithm. So if you want to trade, you can trade. Like Eli said, the tools aren't easy, but the work that you put in, absolutely. And I start you out with the 4-hour algorithm. And look, in Marathon, you make 166% over 24 months. So understand that Marathon, I think they diluted. I think you wait to buy this one. But I think anything under 30, I think you'll have a shot to buy it at 30 again. That's my take on Mara. Let's talk about Snowflake. Do I have Snowflake here? I don't know why. Yeah. Let's look at Snowflake. I think I closed it for some reason. Snowflake, Q4 panic time is buying. I have said on Snowflake, and I hope it's still here because I don't know if the note is still here. I haven't looked at it. But I've said many, many times, $200 is your sell. So even though it was up here at 233, Snowflake, sell at 200, buy between 150 and 200. Buy it. I mean, it's already starting to come back. It's using that 200-day right there as support. It is expensive. This is an expensive stock. Read this article. This is Snowflake Q4 panic time is buying. Just buy it. I mean, just buy it. It's rating. Let's click on it. Its valuation is what's going crazy. The CEO is stepping down. Revisions. Yeah, they've revised a bunch. But yeah, I think it's a buy. I own this stock. I did not sell it above 200 this time. I am buying more under 200. Your average target price is 218. It's a 216, to 13% upside. You're trading right now. That's a 13% upside from 190. In the market right now, you're trading at 190. So buy it under 200. I'm telling you. I think that this is one that you just sit there and buy and hold. That's my take on it. Now you can see the target price is kind of flattened out, going up a little bit, but I think you buy it. I honestly think you buy it. The quant has it as a hold. It's been a hold for a while. Every now and then it gets at 233. They said strong buy. The quant did. To me, that was crazy. I mean, 233, a little bit overvalued. You want to sell it over 200. It's the valuation that's killing this one. And the CEO, again, it's got a new CEO. The CEO is stepping down. Income, minus $836 million. Your market cap, $63 billion. They're not going to dilute you. They're not going to dilute new shares. They have plenty of cash on hand. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine as far as cash goes. The new CEO's taking over the old CEO. February 29th, upgrade, neutral to outperform. So Snowflake, I think you buy it. Apple. Let's talk about Apple. Apple fell out of favor with Goldman Sachs. They reduced it. The investment firm reiterated its buy rating and raised its price target from 232 to 232 from 223. Picked up the dogs this morning, and one of my dogs, Daisy, has a bit of a jelly belly every time she comes home. So she was at the door crying to go outside. I believe I was on Apple. Yeah, they trimmed it from price target. This is what's crazy. They took it off their tech conviction list, but the firm reiterated its buy rating and raised the price target to 232 from 223. The other news on Apple was about the car. That's a good thing for in my mind, I think Apple just realized, hey, we don't have to build the car. We can just control it with software. Now, here's the thing. This is Apple, and this is in the 4-hour. We haven't had good trades of recent. I do think that, let me pull this out. No, I don't want to create the anchor. We're going to take this. I want to get this. Oh, let's just move this. We're going to move that. Remove all annotations. I'm going to remove all annotations from Apple because they're probably older. But you don't have confirmation. I do think that you get this at under 180. I think it's a good price. I don't think that Apple is as broken as people say it is. You look at the Wall Street analysts. They think they're working on AI. Tim Cook is not going to come out and say, hey, we've got a strong AI play, and they're not going to brag about that. The valuation is an F. The growth is a D. They've had problems growing. Momentum C+. Your average price target is 200. That's a 12% upside. This is just a company that you want in your portfolio. Now, there are 45 analysts in the last 90 days who have looked at it. 19 said strong buy. 14 said hold. 4 said sell. 1 says strong sell. You want to take a look at these things. In my mind, I'm not trimming here. I'm not necessarily adding to it because I have such a large position in it. If I did not have such a large position in it, I would believe in this company and I would get into it. This is just one that I think is an opportunity that's presenting itself. So, yeah, Apple, I think, is a good one. Top healthcare stock. This is your new pick for Alpha Picks. It's Cardinal Health, CAH, and they give you reasons why. This is Alpha Picks. I mean, again, if you're subscribed to Alpha Picks, read why. It's one of the Alpha Picks one. I won't go over it because, hey, you should subscribe to Alpha Picks. Their conclusion summary, they go over it. And what's interesting about this one too, Alpha Picks community, by the way, read the comments. And the comments are interesting. Because while there is arguing and there's hate back and forth and stuff, the comments sometimes lead you down a road that the analysts didn't think about. Excuse me. And I would say to go back and if you're in Alpha Picks and you've got Twilio, go back and read those comments, because it's interesting because they'll bring things up. Twilio was one of the Alpha Picks from the past, I believe. I'm not sure when. It was like a month ago or so. I said I wanted it with a 6 handle. If you got in 58.10, kudos. I think we're seeing that dove hook. I think we're going to see this gap filled. Twilio just does have some issues, but you're seeing that MACD down there, and you're seeing a nice pullback up here. So I think it's an opportunity to get into Twilio. This was an Alpha Picks. I just wanted you to go back to the Alpha Picks here, but go back and read that. Sorry, I had to get up to get the dogs. I will put in the newsletter. I have several core portfolio stocks that I was looking at earlier. Roblox under $400, NVIDIA buy it under $800. Palantir's putting in good support. SMCI looks to be ready to move again, like we talked about. Taiwan Semi looks like we'll never get to buy that under 100 again unless China invades. Uber under 80, get it while it can. Eli Lilly, interesting. This is the GLP-1 stuff. They got a price target of $800 from Bank of America. Here's an article for that one. Interesting kind of look at that one. There's the chat, like I said, from Eli. Here is the trading portfolio, and it's time to go over. I did get if you get Seeking Alpha Premium, you get an email of your portfolio. Some of the things in the email this morning were good. Some were bad. The SMCI was up, Palantir was up, Cleveland Cliffs up, PanW down, Walmart down, Boeing down. But Goldman Sachs, and these are downgrades. Goldman Sachs in their quant went from a buy to hold, and it's based on just valuation. Look, I mean, Goldman Sachs is putting in a nice capitulation here. Right there, if you look at the long term of Goldman Sachs, it's still in an upward trend. So, the all-time highs back here at 400, could be getting back there. Cleveland Cliffs, which is in the core portfolio, this one moved from a buy to a hold. I mean, we've talked about Cleveland Cliffs having a trading range on the weekly as well. If we go back here to a weekly, you'll see. I mean, the $12, $13, all the way up to 22. I think you're going to get back up to that 22, and I think you're going to reject. Today you're at $20.88. Under 20, you buy it. Over 20, you sell it. And then another one that moved to a strong buy goes all the way down to a hold, MPLX. This one has had some strong moves of late. After earnings, you got all the way up here to 39. Now you sold out here. Now this one is a buy and hold. It's got like a 9% yield on it. I've bought and held this one. It's in the energy space. It's been a solid performer. I like it. Socials, we talked about the commentary from Eli. I'll include that. Steven Nielsen from Spotify wants me to look at LCTX. This is Lineage Cell Therapeutics. I'm not sure why you want me to look at it. That's a downward trending stock. It's a therapy, let's see. Let's go to Seeking Alpha. Oh God, look, Seeking Alpha. Why am I getting Seeking.com? God. Let's look at LCTX. I think it's hype. I think it's a biotech stock, and it's hype. Yeah, therapeutics. Why would you want this? I mean, there's no reason to get into this. Strong buy from Wall Street. Maybe that's a reason. The average price target, there's 5 whole analysts that cover this. 5 entire analysts. You've got a 400% upside. I mean, I don't know why you want this. LCTX, this makes no sense to me. I'm not in biotech. Maybe you have some insider information. They're losing $27 million. They only have 187 million shares floated. They have 22 cents of cash. Looks like they'll run out of cash pretty soon. I don't know why you want it. Steven, have no idea. Shep, do you have any stealth companies on your radar, the SMCIs of the future? Shep, if I have it, you'll find it in the podcast. It's not like I'm holding out on you. Or you'll find it in the newsletter. And the newsletter's free if I find stuff. You know that. Let's see. Noah Karimi. RGR. Like how it's been getting. Should I get in? Apple, how far will it pull back? When to buy first shares? young, extra 2K to chuck into the market, where to put it. So Noah, Apple, I just went over. I think you can buy Apple whenever if you want to just hold. It may be down, but it's one of those where you just want to buy it. It's got to be in your portfolio. Whether it's in an ETF or not, you just want to get access to it. Now, RGR, like how it's been going, I have no idea why you like this one. The 200 days moving down, the 50-day moving down, the 9-day moving down. What makes you think RGR, Stum, Ruger and Company, this hasn't been trading good? I mean, how is this good? Noah, look at a chart. Here, let's go over an RGR. RGR. This is Sturm, Ruger and Company. I don't even know what they do. Is this the gun company? Let's go to summary. Quant says sell at 1 point. Yeah, risk of trading poorly. Design. Yeah, it's firearms. Doesn't interest me. Stock shouldn't interest you as well. I mean, what makes you think this one's coming back? Wall Street says buy. There's 2 analysts that cover it. One says strong buy and one says hold. There's no reason to think that that's coverage. I mean, no, stay out of this one. Stay out. There's no reason to get into that one. Bisco, what do you think of IHAK? IHAK. Let's look at IHAK. This is for cybersecurity. I compared the cost, performance, and for the fees, it seems like the best choice. How rich these stocks trade, blah, blah, blah. Buy and buy. Great chart because it's cybersecurity. Let's look at its holdings. Sentinel-1, top. CrowdStrike, second. Fortinet, Juniper, Cyber, Zscaler. I don't see Palo Alto I don't see Palo Alto. And Palo Alto is the number 1 cybersecurity company. That's the only thing that makes me scared of this, but they have 60 holdings. So it's got to be in there at some point. Let's look at expenses. 0.47, median's 0.49, not horrible. Let's look at its peers because there's some other ones. FITE. But all of them look like there's kind of expensive. If we look at year to date, because cybersecurity has been running up, IHAC's up 6%. Cyber CIBR, I think that one's bigger. 6.75 billion. And it's got a lower, higher expense ratio, but it's doing better. 6.64, 6.47. I mean, let's look at total return. Because that includes dividends and stuff. Yeah, there's not much difference. Hack up 7%. Hack has 1.82 billion and they have a 0.6, so it's a little bit higher. But yeah, it looks like a lot of them have buy ratings. But I'd take a look at that. Doesn't look like a horrible one. If you want cybersecurity, this is probably a pretty good one. Look at the holdings. If you like the holdings, the only thing that worries me is that it does not have Palo Alto Networks. And if we look at cyber, you see Palo Alto Networks there at 5%. This one only has 33 holdings. Cyber has 33 holdings. If we look at, let's go back to the peers, and we look at Hack, which is it's a larger one. Again, the size of it, size does matter because you'll be able to trade it a little bit easier. But if you look at the holdings in Hack, I don't see Palo Alto, but Palo Alto Broadcom is their number 1. So take a look at it. I don't think it's horrible. If you want access to that one. Zachary, could you take a look at SAM, Boston Beer Company? Let's look at SAM. In the quant, it's a hold. Yeah. Looks like earnings were not good. That's what it looks like. Has the beer trap run dry? Here's February 7th. The Boston Beer appoints Michael Spillane as chief executive. Boston Beer Company preview. I don't know about the earnings, but it doesn't look good. I mean, that looks like it was at 370, and today you're trading at 300, so 305 after a couple of days. So I don't know. I'm alcohol free. I don't drink. I'll have a beer. God, it's been probably 10 years since I had a beer, but I do crave beer with sushi. and I might have one at some point in time. I quit. I was training for an Ironman, and I just woke up one Saturday after having a couple of beers and on Friday, and I was supposed to go for a long run, and I was dehydrated, and I said, fuck it. I don't like alcohol. Why am I drinking alcohol just to be social? F you, I'm going to drink Pepsi. And so I drank Pepsi. But I don't know about Sam. Any reaction in the market is an overreaction. So if you're drinking Sam Adams and you like this company, it looks like it might be expensive. I had a friend who invested in this one and didn't do well. Yeah, P's 48, forward P's 24. What justifies a beer company with 48? CELH probably has more momentum. It's got a higher PE, but it's got significantly more momentum. So Zachary, I'd probably take a look. I just don't like that one. Zach asked from Spotify, eBay just had great earnings. Quant has it as a buy. Let's go to eBay. Ooh, I just heard something. eBay. Here we go. It is up 1%. That's a solid gap on earnings. I made the mistake of buying Etsy, but eBay doesn't look bad. Let's look at the valuation. The valuation's high. That's where it gets a ding. If we look at eBay over here, let's see. PE's 9. That doesn't seem too high. Doesn't seem crazy. But let's look at the history of the PE. Let's go and look at ratings. Let's look at we can look at charting. What I want to do is look at the history of the PE. Select metrics, and we'll go over here and we'll look at valuation. We will look at PE trailing 12 months, and I don't want price return. We're just going to look at the trailing 12 months of PE. It's become cheaper. It's become cheaper over 1 year. 5 years, it's become cheaper. They didn't give, it looks like it was 155 in 2020. That was just overly crazy, but it's gone down. So, if you think they can continue to extend earnings and be cash flow, the valuation is what's getting them dinged. If you look over here, it's the PEG. They're not growing. Sales, they're not growing. Forward sales, they're not growing. That's trailing 12 months. It's just, it's not growing fast. Look at the median. If you look at, let's go over here. It's ranked 13 out of 31 in consumer discretionary. It's not growing. PDD is the number one. Ryokan is number 2. VIP shop. I bought Etsy. I think Etsy has a better brand and a better valuation than I use Etsy. I don't use eBay. That's as simple as that. That's a nice, good, solid way to look at it. I use Etsy. I don't use it. But have I been right on Etsy? Hell no. I've been wrong on Etsy. And I hold a big position in it. Well, it used to be a big position. Today, it's not a big position. So maybe buy Pinterest. If you use eBay, Zach, buy eBay. But I tell you, I don't use eBay. That's the problem that I have. Okay, let's look at some scans. FBCG, this is the Fidelity Blue Chip Fund. These are blue chip companies. It's an ETF that I have in the core portfolio. It's been a solid performer. Another bullish cross up on the MACD. Shopify is one that I've said, get it under 80. Let's say it's at 77. It's up 1% today. Just buy it. Shopify is one you want to just buy. 76.36. It's got the cross up there. Right now it's trading at 77. So just buy it. Amazon has a cross up here at 176. I think anything under 180, honestly, Amazon, if it's got another cross up, just buy it, because if we look at the weekly, this one, you've still got some room to the all-time highs. So there's the all-time highs. We're not there yet. That you're going to go to the all-time highs. Some ETFs that I own that got cross-ups that I personally own that are not in the core portfolio, IGM. We've gone over this one in the past. IGM is an expensive one. I probably should get rid of it. I just, again, it's going to split ex-dividend. It's a reverse split, 6 for 1. It's going to be, even cheaper. They're just reducing the price of the ETF. There's nothing for it. There's no earnings for here. It's a solid pick for me. IGM, we'll go and look at the holdings. Oh, I don't want TGM. Let's look at IGM. I'm not typing well. IGM, strong buy. This is a strong buy from the quant. Seeking Alpha analyst, buy. Let's look at the holdings. The holdings are NVIDIA, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Broadcom. I have exposure to all of these good companies. IGM, if we go and we look at the peers of IGM, I've looked at it versus XLK. XLK actually outperforms this one. If we go and we look at charting and we select symbols, we will crash the S&P 500. Let's do QQQ and we will do XLK. Those are the two that I want to compare it to because they're all in the technology sector. 1 year, IGM's up 65%. It's a clear winner. 3 year, IGM, oh, come on and work. IGM is up 38%. XLK is up 53%. 5 year, IGM is up 153. XLK is up 191. 10 year, IGM is up 446%. XLK is 468%. Simple as that. I mean, if you want to compare, I own both. I think I own more IGM than I own XLK. But, you look at the expenses, 0.41. If we look at peers, I'll just kind of edit these symbols. This is what you get with Seeking Alpha Premium. This is what's really, really good. You can look at these other ETFs, WFH, ITK, Innovative Technology. But I'm going to look at XLK versus IGM. And we'll look at QQQ because we want to see the expenses. We want to see everything compared to these three. So you look at this, your expenses, 0.41. XLK is 0.09. 0.09. QQQ, 0.2. I mean, if you look at the total return, because again, this includes dividends, the total return, look at the 10-year. IGM 485%, XLK up 556. So XLK has been the solid winner. If you look at, let's look at, I want to say holdings. I don't know if it lists holdings in here. Trading, dividends, performance. I mean, this is just one that I own. So take a look at the IGM. The other one that I own is QCLN. And we'll look at this one. This is the clean edge technology. Quant has it as a strong sell. It absolutely has been a strong sell. I mean, we can look at this one. This is solar, and solar has been just getting killed. This is clean energy. It's not a very good ETF. I have lost more money on this one than I should have. 35.22. And it's got a MACD cross up. The RSI's in no man's land. I'm hoping that it goes up. I still hold a bunch of this. But if we look at the long term, I shouldn't be holding this. This is just one that I absolutely should not be holding. I think it's going to get back to that 200-day, but we have no confirmation here from a long term. I just hold it. VUG. This is the growth of Vanguard. You can do that one. Dexcom, ServiceNow, Splunk, Autodesk, Duke Energy, Ford. Leveraged ETFs that had cross-ups. SPXU. If I could type XU. This is the ultra short S&P 500. Now, mind you, it doesn't have confirmation. The entry was $7.17. We have a MACD cross down. You're trading at $7.10. It's down 1.25. This is a triple levered ETF. It's a Friday. Do not trade in this. SDS. This is the short of ultra short S&P. It's another one. This is, again, you don't have confirmation. You don't want to trade these on a Fridays. But it's interesting to see on a Friday because you want to know where we're going to wind up Monday. And it still looks strong. FAZ, which is the bear of the financials, we had a cross up. Still don't have confirmation. This is down. It's even 0.09. UCYB is a NASDAQ cybersecurity. This is a 3 times levered cybersecurity. This one is even at 44.37. The cross up at 43.97. You see it kind of bounce around here. This is a triple levered on the cybersecurity. This is because cybersecurity stocks are in there, and it's just, it's gone higher. That's a good one. And finally, NVDS. This is a 1.25 short, 1.25 times short of NVIDIA. 15.28. You're trading 14.94. Again, I think stuff is strong. You want to be careful when you're trading these, and especially on a Friday. Okay. That's it. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. Again, remember, Linktree has everything. Sign up for the newsletter. If you're a paid newsletter subscriber, expect an email about live trading. We'll get that started sometime next week, and it'll be a benefit for paid subscribers. Okay, take care.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell.